What's going on, YouTube? It's the Masked Man here today, and today I want to talk about, is that really gay? Now, before I get into what this video is about, the first thing I want to say is I am not a gay man. I'm not a homosexual. I don't fit into the LGBTQ in any way, shape, or form. Not only that, I don't particularly endorse or support many of the things that they stand for. Now, I am a big proponent of freedom. I'm a big proponent of, the right to decide, the right to make the choice of how you want to live your life. And in that context, I believe that certain things should be allowed. I don't want anybody suffering violence. I don't want violence against anyone. I don't want people told that they can't get a job because they're gay, or they can't live a certain place because they're gay, or they can't eat at certain restaurants. I don't endorse that. I'm against that. But other than that, I don't really support it. I don't really get behind it. No pun intended. But I want to talk about, this video. And this is kind of a repeat video because, this channel is a work in progress, and I'm always searching for things to talk about. I talk about television and TV series and what I think the show is trying to say to the viewer, more so than actually review the show. I try to analyze it, and I talk about things that I see in the media. But this Is It Really Gay is kind of like a repost. I did a video about 50 Cent and Vivica A. Fox, and Vivica A. Fox said that or insinuated that 50 Cent was gay, and 50 Cent said, just because you lick my asshole, that doesn't mean I'm gay, or something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. And as I was flipping through videos, I came across a video by a guy on YouTube, and the comment section of the video had a bunch of people getting into an argument about, is getting your asshole licked as a man, does that make you gay? And I couldn't respond to them because, for whatever reason, that particular thread of comments had its replies disabled. But I felt that something needed to be explained about that, because there's a lot of propaganda being thrown around regarding sexuality. There's a lot of it, and not too many people have real conversations and real dialogues about anything. Now, in addition to licking, they asked if, dildos were gay, and, a whole bunch of shit. And I just want to make one thing very clear. There is nothing that you can do with a woman that's gay. Let me say that again. There is nothing that you can do, just one man and one woman. There's nothing that they can do together that makes that man gay. Now, some people may disagree with that statement, because there's this huge umbrella of gayness. Like I just said it in the beginning of the video, LBGTQ. Now there's some other letters that they haven't thrown in there yet, but it's a large umbrella and it's getting larger every day. And to me, it seems that the gay community has readopted the one drop rule, and they're using like a one drop rule, to their benefit, and are just assimilating, anybody with any kind of tendency underneath the umbrella. But I want to go back to the statement I made. Nothing you can do with a woman is gay. It's like, well, if a man lets a woman put a finger up his ass, that makes him gay. Or if a man gets his ass licked, that makes him gay. People need to understand the difference between being a freak and being into freaky shit and having a disposition to be with the same gender. Those are two different things. Those are on I got a fucked up camera. Those are on two different ends of the spectrum. Or maybe not different ends of the spectrum, but they're not the same. They're not one and the same. I said something in my comment, and I wish that the original commenters would have commented on it. But I'll repeat it again here. God did not create the asshole so that gay men would have a way to have sex with each other. And I just want that statement to sink in. Now, that I'm not saying that statement because I want you to believe in God, or as a religious that I'm religiously putting morals on you. The reason I said that is because that the asshole, the anus, it doesn't have any special property in it that makes it that makes being gay like biologically or physiologically, like there's no I'm trying to use my words carefully because I'm not trying to offend, like I'm not trying to offend gay people. But what I'm saying is that the ass doesn't have any special properties to get fucked by anyone, male or female. There's a popular black porn star that goes by the name of Pinky Triple X, and she was saying long ago, why she didn't do anal. And I don't know if it's a Vlad TV interview or whatever, but she was like, I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, I don't want to do anal because the ass wasn't made to be fucked. It wasn't made to be fucked. Now, this is a woman who fucks men and women and who is paid to fuck for a living. And I'm not familiar with everything that goes on behind the scenes in porn, but from the little that I know about the back end of porn, the business end, that the performers, the female performers, can make a little bit more money if they do certain sexual things, if they are into certain things. And the fact that she made a decision that she was never going to do anal on camera, or maybe not do it at all, that just shows you that some people aren't willing to take that physical risk because the body isn't made to handle that. It's like your body isn't made to handle a dick or a dildo or anything going in and out of it. There's no natural lubrication. Now, I said all that because I just want you to understand that if people do that, it's like even a freak like Pinky, a professional freak made the conscious decision to say, look, my body is not designed to handle constant thrusting in this area and I may fuck it up. So I'm not going to do it. It's not that if I would feel degraded in any way because I'll fuck anything that moves. A check is a check. But I'm not doing that because it could debilitate me in the future. So this particular physical thing, if you're into it, I don't want people getting the impression that people who are sexually freaky and who are into weird things that they fall underneath this umbrella. Now this is a complicated issue, and I want to speak, to women a little bit. If you're a woman and you're with a man and he asks you to do certain things to him, then I think you should use your best judgment. Um, a lot of closeted homosexuals pass around diseases, and if you have any feelings about that man, then you shouldn't sleep with him at all, let alone do the things that he wants you to do to him. But I'm just speaking theoretically here. I'm not saying that a man that comes to you and says, "Hey, bruh, I like it when my woman sticks stuff up my ass." I'm not trying to make that acceptable among men because it isn't. If you are in the ass play, that's something you should keep to yourself. But let me give you an example of something that I heard that you may think is gay, but I just think of it as something that's just weird or nasty or freaky that I would put in the same category as a man getting his ass licked or a man getting fucked with a strap on or whatever. Like there was a broadcast, and I can't remember the exact broadcast, where Patrice O'Neal, one of the greatest, was having a conversation with a group of white guys. Now it was all audio, but I knew it was a bunch of white guys. And they were having a conversation about sexual acts, and eventually it got down to this specific thing. And when they said it, it was one of those things that was so nasty and so disgusting that when I heard it for the first time, it almost made me throw up in my mouth a little bit. It was that disgusting to me because I didn't know that there was like a significant segment of men, probably mostly white, who are into this shit but don't consider themselves gay. They just do this shit with women. But the sex act, I think the name of it is snowballing, if I'm not correct. And snowballing is when a man is having sex with a woman, he ejaculates inside of her, and then he licks his own semen out of her vagina. That's snowballing. That is very disgusting. That's very, just to me hearing it, just to me thinking about it, that's very disgusting. And I can't remember what Patrice O'Neal's response to that was, because after I heard that shit, I kind of tuned out to the rest of the broadcast. But a lot of people would look at that and say, "That's a gay man. That's a gay man." But that's kind of just some very weird and specific shit that somebody would be into to get off. That's just some weird shit that people would be into to get off. And sex, being gay. Now, I should have done this when I said the shit about women. I should have did it back to back. But Being gay for a man means that you are attracted to and or sleep with other men. It doesn't mean anything else. There's no other meaning to being gay. Stop throwing people into that lifestyle. Stop throwing people over there. It's like, if you want to clown people for being into some weird freaky shit, that's one thing. But somebody has to stand here and protect, the truth, and protect reality, and like hold things to certain labels and certain definitions. It's like, I find it weird. It's like I live in a time where people just allow words to to mean whatever they want them to mean. But there are a lot of legitimate English words, and there are a lot of slang words. There is enough to cover almost whatever it is you want to describe and you want to talk about. But people are so simplistic in their thinking that they will just blanketly label everything a certain way and not properly understand it. And I'm not saying I'm the smartest man in the world, and I'm certainly not where I need to be as far as intellect, but certain things mean certain things. If you're saying that a man who does certain things with a woman is gay undercover, then you're saying that the shit that he does with her makes him suspect. Now, that's a point that I won't argue. That's a slang word. Suspect in slang means that he's possibly gay. He's doing shit with a female that a typical heterosexual man wouldn't do. That's suspect. If you want to say that every man that does anything with his ass is suspect, well, that's debatable. That's a debatable point. Because I don't believe that the ass is anything to be messed with by anybody, male or female. So anybody that messes with the ass is doing some freaky shit. But being gay is not about your asshole. Being gay is about being attracted to and having sexual relationships, emotional relation with other men. That's what being gay is. It ain't anything else. It's not all this shit that you want it to be. It's not everything that you find weird. It's not everything that you find whatever. And I'm not speaking up for that. I'm just saying, let's manage words. Let's manage words. Let's honor labels and definitions, and let's look at what things actually mean. I don't care if you want to be disrespectful to somebody who does that. I don't care if you want to be insulting to one group or the other. I don't care if you want to be mean-spirited, bigoted, hateful, whatever, but just be precise. Just be precise in what you say. Now, this video is running on kind of long, and I think I've gotten all the points that I wanted to get out. So if anybody wants to have a discussion with me about the true definition of what is and what isn't, to be perceived as gay, you can have it in the comments section, and possibly I'll have another debate. Again, I will say again, I am not gay. I am not bisexual. I have never done, nor will I ever do anything with a man. all of that stuff. So I don't. I'm strictly speaking on the basis of facts and on people using words as they should be used and not as catch-alls. Not I don't want words to be used as catch-alls. I want words to be used for what it actually means, not what you would like it to mean. So basically this video was stop. If I was going to do another title, it would be stop saying gay when you mean suspect. That's how I would rearrange this video, and that's how I would change it. Because we need to redefine what is and what isn't suspect, what is and what isn't legitimate, sexual activities versus sexual interest. I think that's a discussion that needs to be had versus, either the conversation where everything is either condemned or everything is valid. Everything is valid or everything is condemned, or whatever that weird conversation is. But let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. Rate the video, like it, dislike it, be honest. Subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate, that. I would appreciate some interaction. You can send me an email. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about, discuss. Any television show that's available either on Hulu or on their website, because can't pay for Showtime or whatever. But any TV show or movie you want me to talk about, so that means I can't talk about Jessica Jones. But any TV or movie you want me to talk about, anything in the media you want me to discuss, if you want me to talk about it, shoot me an email. You can follow me on Twitter, or you can shoot me an email at mrmassmansbusiness@gmail.com. That's Massman with an S. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mr. Massman, and you can follow me. You can friend me on Facebook at the Mr. Massman or the Massman. I get the Facebook together. But anyway, that's been this video, and that's all I got to say about this subject, and I will see you in the next video.